Mic on.
You're gonna love this sound that's about to come through the... Ah, there it is, yes.
There we go.
What is it so quiet for?
I think we're good now. All right. Now that we've got this figured out for the third time, take 3, as 8-bitter just said in the chat. We finally stabled out. I guess it was just some sort of glitch in my computer, which is, just annoying, but I restarted it. We seem to be good to go for now. Oh, I have 2 instances of OBS running. Why is that? There we go. There we go. Okay. So,
look, a stream.
Stream's gone.
No, it's not.
Did I leave?
But anyway, guys, welcome back to another live stream. Now that we've got everything working right, we can finally get into this. We're 17 minutes late, but we're finally ready. So, 8-bitter's in the chat. Michael's in the chat, even though he's on here with us talking here.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. What? You're not?
No.
But tomorrow's videos will be a bit of a monster. It's 35 minutes long. If that says anything.
Jesus.
But so as you guys know, me and Hayden just got back from Florida yesterday, and I didn't really do a good job of filming. So I literally was only able to get, I think about 25 minutes worth of footage the entire time we were there, which, would be like the equivalent of 1 vlog if I had, recorded for an entire day. So I wound up just making it all 1 video. And then I also introduced our new house, which, as you guys can tell, I'm not in. Even the setup of this house will look identical to this. I mean, minus probably some stuff moved around in here, but
and a little bit bigger, right?
I don't know about the closet. I don't know about that one, but I know the house itself is a slight bit bigger. But you guys will see that tomorrow. It's literally a couple doors down from here. Like, it's that close. But yeah, you guys will see the house tomorrow. It's definitely a fixer-upper. I mean, you guys are gonna be in shock about how this house was left before we got it. It's bad, but everything becomes final tomorrow, so we'll have that, and we'll be able to start tearing the place apart, because we've got a week to get all of our stuff out of here, get this house cleaned up and ready to get inspected by people who own the house. Therefore, we can, move. We can not, lose our deposit or anything. And getting our stuff to the new house, and we have a lot to do over at that house. It's going to be a grind week, to say the least. We've got to paint all the walls. We've got to replace the carpet in my bedroom, because there's a hole that goes all the way through the floorboards into the basement. You can literally take your lay down on the floor and look through the hole in the carpet to the basement level of the house.
I know what that's for.
Oh, there probably was some kid story hole.
Oh no,
Joy!
Oh,
that's my theory. That's my theory. What's going on there? I'm joking, obviously, but it's kind of suspicious to have a hole.
Dude, you took that to a whole different level.
Oh my god, I'm leaving.
But in all honesty, I really don't know. It's kind of weird that there's just a hole in the middle of the floor. I was going to say a floor in the middle of the hole. Wow, there's a hole in the middle of the floor. But the house is trashed. I mean, it's bad. We were upstairs today in the master cleaning it out. We found underwear, socks, towels, everywhere. It's ridiculous. We found it in the master bedroom. We found it. We found them in the closet in the master. We found tampons sitting on the carpet of the master bedroom.
Ooh.
Not the carpet, but on the floor.
Used?
I didn't get a close enough look, because I was just like, that's disgusting, and walked away.
That's so nasty, dude. What the fuck?
There was a spoon in one of the bathroom cabinets. There was a several-month-old cup of some sort of drink from McAllister's Deli that was sitting on the counter, and it looked absolutely disgusting. There was
Who's
let's see.
Ron Jeremy?
Did Ron Jeremy own this house? I'm not quite sure. I don't even really know who Ron Jeremy is, but um, it's so bad. And you guys are gonna see as this goes on. I introduced the house in tomorrow's video, but you guys aren't gonna really see the house in full detail until next week's videos, because what I'm gonna do this week is, since I already have everything pre-filmed, I'm just gonna edit what I have minus the 1,000 subscriber special, which I'll be working on probably like when I'm not busy this week, and have that ready at some point.
I was about to Google him, and then I was like,
Google him.
You don't want that?
Jordan, Google him on stream.
No.
Yeah, do it.
I just got monetization. I ain't trying to lose it.
Rip.
But it's trashed, and oh boy, it's so bad.
I wish I was.
We found.
I got all the stuff here, but I'm waiting for you, Jordan. So.
Oh man, you still got 2 months, so
get loaded.
But what else do we
it's gonna
find?
be like my first time all over again.
Oh no.
Or the party.
Oh no, that was
Oh
bad.
no.
Yes, that was awesome.
So Michael, did I sent you the picture of the computer we found, right?
Yeah.
It's an HP Pavilion running Vista with an AMD Athlon 64 in it, but it has an NVIDIA graphics card. I just don't know what, but it probably sucks. So we don't even know if it works. So what we're gonna do is when we get back, when we bring it over here, I'm gonna hook it up to my monitor. We didn't find a power cable, and that's kind of an issue. I might have to buy a power cable and figure it out. But I am curious if it even works, and if it is, what's on the drive that's on that computer. I'm a little scared. But yeah, we found that. We found a wireless charging pad and a bunch of Bluetooth speakers. I'm not just these aren't like cheapo speakers. These are big Bluetooth speakers. Like I'm talking about as tall as from the floor to the top of my monitor. Very tall. And full-on surround sound systems were left in the house. I mean, it was just absolutely like it's so weird. It's so weird that they would leave the house, but with so much stuff in it, But I mean, it's all ancient stuff. It's probably not really, great anymore. Minus like the charging pad that still worked. Liam found that out today. My little brother. They have the whole bed frame and a mattress. Mattress smelled like urine. It was bad.
Does the house stink?
Not really. It kind of smelled a little chemically today because we what did it say? We used those bug fogger things. You hit the button, it sprays the fog out and kills any insects in the house. We did that, so it kind of smells a little chemically right now because we did that. We used all 12 of them that we bought in the house yesterday.
There's a lot of bugs.
I would.
Lots of dead bugs everywhere.
I wouldn't even connect that computer to your Wi-Fi, like old boy said.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't think I could get Vista even cooperating, so I hate
Well,
Vista.
it's probably not on Vista. Seeing how 7's been phased out, I'm sure it's been upgraded since.
Yeah, might be on 7.
No, it's probably on 10.
Maybe, who knows? I mean,
If
it's
I had
ancient.
to guess.
The only reason I mention it, I think it runs Vista, is it has the big Vista sticker on the front. Kind of like my mom's tower had the Windows 7 sticker.
My small laptop has a Windows 8 sticker, but it's got Windows 10 on it.
But yeah, if I do manage to go through it, I'm not connecting it to the Wi-Fi. It'll probably, I think what we're going to do with it is my brother's been wanting a tower for a while to build. So probably what we'll wind up doing is just gutting it and then trying to find some way to make some brackets and hook up a new motherboard in it with the modern equipment that'll make it useful. Because I mean it's even if it doesn't run Vista, it's still ancient. It's a dinosaur now in the world of computers. So I don't know. We'll have to work on that. But we found galore. We found tons of Xbox 360 controllers, tons of them, but no Xbox 360. I'm like, why would you take your console but leave all your controllers here? We found 3 games. We found Madden 13 for the Wii, which I didn't think existed.
You gotta go Wii. You've got to go Wii, yeah?
Okay.
That's what I said.
But we found Black Ops 2 for PS3, which we already have, but the disc is a little busted. And we found LA Noire for PS3. All three of those games were sitting in the same case in the house. Like literally, it was 3 games in one case. I'm trying to think of all the other cool stuff we saw. We did have a cat get into the house at some point, so my dad chased that out.
Hey Jordan.
Do
you want to go play some croquet?
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, oh my butthole.
I'll have the FBI at my door if I connect the Wi-Fi to it. Probably. I'm actually sketched out what's on that drive.
Shit, you don't want to look at that hard drive.
I'm on
there might be something worth it on there though.
Yeah, there might be something you also don't want to see.
Yeah. I'm a little bit nervous. Was it a drug house? I don't think it was a drug house. My theory is it was just a bunch of people who to my understanding, they got behind on 2 months of rent and they knew they were going to get evicted. That's to my understanding what happened, and that's why they left in such a hurry, was to kind of keep themselves from getting evicted. But I don't understand why the house got trashed in the process. I'm curious if it was revenge of sorts, I guess.
Yeah, probably a fuck you to the homeowner.
Yeah, that's my theory. That's why everything is all busted. But I don't think it's a drug house. I think there'd be a lot more signs of being a drug house. But it was just a very poorly taken care of house that they got mad and probably trashed it. And now we're the ones having to clean it. So, the countertops. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna see it in the video. That's something I did note to film when we were there yesterday. When I was there yesterday filming there, the countertops are so just ruined. Oh my gosh. These are those those countertops they claim are indestructible. They're cracked and coming apart.
Like press board ones?
I don't think it's press board. I forget. My mom would tell me what they were called, but she's not here. But I can't remember what they're called. She said it's like it ends with oleum. I know that, but it's like really, really, really strong stuff. But it's literally split down the middle, and the countertop is so poorly mounted that you can lean on it and it'll push it. And that's on the island, and it's got an island just like my house does. So you lean on it and it pushes it out of the way. It's so just garbage. That's why I was talking to you. That's why I was asking your dad yesterday if we knew like any sort of way to get countertops installed there. I was curious if his company did it.
No, they just sell the slabs.
Gotcha. Because it's I was like, it'd be nice to know someone instead of having to hunt for reviews and everything. I was like, I if there's someone I trust to do it, it'd be someone related to you. So, but yeah, it's rough. If either one of y'all come by during the week before we get finished with it, I'll let y'all take a look. Or if y'all just want to come by in general and see the house, I'll show it to y'all. But we should have everything. We're working on trying to get things done fast. I mean, like I said, we got to be in there in a week. So we got all the crap kind of moved out and put in a central location. There was a couch that was left up there too. We had to take down. So we tore that apart. I had to tear down a bed frame with an Allen key. That took forever. Because there was a whole bed frame there, but no bed on it. I'm like, what did they do when they got to their new house? Like sleep on the floor?
Yeah, I don't miss building that shit. That shit sucked.
Yeah, it was not fun. So I tore it apart, and then we broke those chairs. There's a bunch of chairs and stuff in the garage that were already busted because we were checking to see what we could use and what we could keep. Those chairs were busted. So my dad was like, "All right, let's destroy them." So him and my sister, my brother, grabbed all 3 of the chairs that were in there, started just picking them up and dropping them. And I was like, if y'all trying to break these things, let me have at it. So my sister dropped one, and it did a little bit of damage. And I was like, let me see that thing. So I pick it up, rear back, and use all the muscle I have, which isn't a lot. But I slammed the thing on the garage floor as hard as I could, and it just imploded. It was pretty fun actually. And then what was left of all of them, I just started jumping on them and stomping them and breaking everything. I was having fun. But we've got a lot to clean up. We got a dumpster being dropped off at some point this week that we're going to use to kind of throw everything out. But like I said, I'm not like I'm gonna record a lot of it, but I'm not making like a full fledged series out of it. I'm not gonna be uploading just house content for like a week. So what I'm gonna do is for every car video that happens not this week but next week, I'm gonna try to keep them kind of short since I'll be filming them this week anyway. And then I'll be like to close out the video, have like a couple minutes of footage of us working at the house while we're trying to get it ready.
Yeah.
But we got a spray gun now to paint the walls with because none of us know how to paint with a roller, so we're using a spray gun
The
that my dad.
walls
Yeah,
Just roll it.
with carpet.
yeah, we have tarps,
Oh God.
but
Rip.
and wait, oh, okay, we had a small hiccup for the stream for a second. I got a little nervous.
Yeah, I heard you kind of freak out for a second.
8bitter said that at work we had install outlet and switch plates that say unbreakable in the packaging, and it cracks so easy if you over tighten even the slightest. Goodness. Yeah, it's such bad advertising. But yeah, so I like literally like next week's car videos are gonna have just like at the end a couple minutes of us working at the house up until we get moved in. But like I said, we're gonna be on a grind this week, so it's gonna be kind of tough to get a lot of stuff done. But thankfully, I mean, this week's video is already done. I mean, I just got to edit them. I've already edited one. I just didn't get a chance to upload it before we started this because it took an hour and a half to render. So I started the render at 7 o'clock and it was 8:30 by the time it got done. I was like, well, crap, I got to get the stream set up. So I didn't get a chance to actually upload the video, and uploading right now would be a death sentence to the Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna wait till after we do this. But let's get on some car topics. We've been talking for how long have we been doing this now? 17 minutes exactly. On just talking about this house. Let's talk about some car stuff. So one of the big things that happened right before we went down to Florida was Ford unveiled the new Mach 1, and I didn't post about it. The most I've talked about Mustangs since the Mach 1 was revealed was when I did the video on the MT82 lawsuit, which I want to get y'all's opinions on, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the Mach 1, in case you guys didn't know, is pretty much just a refreshed S550. A lot of the parts are being carried over. It's parts bin, technically. It's got GT350 suspension. It's got the GT350's transmission. It's got a lot of the carryovers from the Bullet, but just with the Mach 1 nameplate. It's going to be a limited edition car, and I hate it because it's the only way to get a 5.0 Mustang with a good transmission. And it's a car that's barely going to be around for a long time. Like, it's probably going to be like a 2-year car, just like the last Mach 1 was.
Is it going to be as expensive as a Bullet, too? I'm guessing.
I hope not, but it probably will be.
Be just as garbage as one too.
I think it'll be. I think it's going to be better than the Bullet. The Bullet didn't really have a lot of suspension stuff going on, but Mach 1 at least has suspension tuning.
You could buy it. You can buy just a regular GT and it'd be just as good as a Bullet.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a PP2, if you got a performance pack 2 car, I mean, it would cost a little bit less, but the only trade-off would be MT82. That being a thing. So I mean, it's kind of a niche car, and I think I'm honestly don't expect it to do very well. I think this is probably going to be the worst performing Mach 1 in the history of the Mustang because it's going to cost a lot of money. It's
you have to pay a premium for a good transmission. It's basically all you're getting.
Yeah, I mean that's the big difference, and obviously you're getting a lot of the stuff in the 350. You're getting the suspension work and all that stuff.
I mean, it's something a good set of coilovers could do even better.
Yeah, probably. I mean, unless it gets mag ride, which I don't remember if the 350 gets mag ride. I know the PP2 does get mag ride, so I don't know if the Mach 1's going to get it or not. I don't know. I'd have to do some more research on the Mach 1 in particular, but it's like, to me, it's kind of just it's what's what I'm looking for. It's kind of lazy. It's just kind of a lazy attempt. I mean, the only big difference is cosmetically is you get the 350R wing. Or I think it's actually the same wing off the 500. Excuse me, not the 350. But you get a new front bumper and some new, like a new rear end, a new rear bumper, and some side skirts, and that's really the biggest difference. Like they didn't even bring back the shaker hood, which kind of made me a little upset. Like I know a lot of people are gonna say the shaker hood's kind of stupid, but I really liked that feature on the last Mach 1 and of course the original, which is like
a challenge, then, Jordan.
I know. But it's like, when it comes to classics, there's only like 2 classic cars that were like first gen Camaro and original Mach 1s. Like I don't really like any other classics, but So I mean, like, it's seeing that feature, that car being called a Mach 1, and not even getting like the quintessential feature of a Mach 1, which is that doggone shaker scoop. This was like, interesting. But I guess it's just kind of out of style now. I think that's
Look
probably why
kind
they
of
didn't
ugly.
do it. I mean, it would kind of look kind of ugly in the S550. So the S550 is too futuristic, you know. But uh, the the F-150 is unveiled in 3 days. Why don't you have work done to it? I didn't even know you had it like getting stuff done. And he said the 350 does get mag ride. So yeah, there you go. So it might get, since it's got the 350 suspension, it probably will have mag ride. But obviously, I think they make coilovers for cars that have mag ride anyway, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, probably could just get like a PP2 GT for a little bit less money and probably do the same thing. Probably have a better performing car just with the nameplate, you know?
Oh, I mean, that's actually the garbage MT82.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest drawback between the PP2 and the Mach 1 is just that transmission. And I talked about in the MT82 lawsuit. Oh, the 2021 F-150. Okay. I forgot about that. I forgot they were refreshing the F-150 again.
Oh, I hope they make it better than the last time, because goddamn, this newest one was fucking ugly.
Yeah.
C-shaped headlights look so stupid.
Like they're kind of keeping the C shape.
Oh, of course they are. Goddamn it,
I don't
Ford.
know what it's. I've only seen the silhouette. I haven't seen the actual like pictures of it. But the Mach is, in my opinion, kind of just a stop. It's just a stopgap. I feel like it's just a stopgap till the next generation Mustang comes out, and who knows when that'll be. Um, and I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. I kind of was just like, why at this point? We've already got a track focused Mustang, and that's the 350, and that's done a fantastic job, minus a little bit of reliability issues and in Adam Millsey's case catching on fire. But it's
like
like
a Ram. What?
the front looks like a Ram. Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. The Ram's kind of ugly now. They gotta ruin the exterior on that truck. The interior is fantastic, though. I will give Dodge that. The new
We
Ram's
talked about
interior
the
is
Ram
really good.
never looked good.
It really hasn't really ever looked good. But the interior on the new Ram is actually really good. I will give Dodge that. The
Them
interior is really good.
T-shaped grills were gross looking.
Oh, the crossbar.
Yes,
That's been
I hate
that was Dodge's signature for like a very long time. I
That's why
just realized
every Dodge with that grill looks atrocious.
it just looks dated.
I don't know why that shit's so nasty looking to me, but it is. It's like, golly.
Do y'all remember when every single car in Dodge's lineup in the mid 2000s, like except for the Challenger, out of all cars, the Challenger didn't get it, but every other vehicle that Dodge on their brand sold had that crossbar grille. The Grand Caravan had it. The
We had three
Durango
at one
had it.
time.
Huh?
We had 3 of them at one time with that same grill.
Oh, at your house?
Yeah.
Because y'all had the one that's parked in the backyard, right? That Durango,
Mm-hmm.
and they all had the silver one. What was the third one?
The Ram.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I keep forgetting y'all even had the Ram.
Like the first gen Charger had the same. Like that was. Oh.
Yeah,
God.
the early when the Charger first came back, that was quite an ugly car. The Magnum had it, which in my opinion, the Magnum looks a lot better than the early Chargers did when they first came back with the 4-door design. I actually really like the Magnum. It's like one of the it's like out of all the mid 2000s Dodges, that's like my favorite one. I don't know if it's just because I like station wagons, and the fact that there's an American muscle car wagon is kind of cool. Did they make an SR? They did make an SRT8 in that, didn't they? They're just really hard to find, right?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'd have
They
to
have
do
a stick?
research. No,
Oh.
it's like the Charger. It never got a manual variant.
That's so lame.
I think it was actually the first of that platform. I think when Dodge started using that platform for Mercedes, the Magnum was the first one, and then the Charger came, and then the Challenger, and like so on and so forth. Whatever else they use that chassis on, but. One thing I saw, which has been really cool, people have been since the Magnum and the Charger are so similar. People have been putting the front end for like Michael's Charger on the Magnum and making like a Charger wagon.
I've seen that.
It's a Chagnum.
Yeah,
Magnum.
I actually kind of like it. Like it's actually kind of a cool look to see like the Charger wagon. It'd be cool if they could like find a way to retrofit the Charger's rear end on it, like the little the cool taillights that the Chargers have. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Wagon.
Yeah, I mean it'd be like the old CHSV wagon, but Mopar's take. And if they could swap the interior over and everything, because the Magnum's interior and like the early Charger's interior was, oh, It was
Hot
pretty
garbage.
bad. It was pretty bad, but that was kind of the era where all the American companies kind of sucked at making interiors.
Yeah, they get good to like
Everything
15.
Yeah, everything kind of sucked. It wasn't really, 2015, because this 197's interior was pretty bad. And I won't say it's terrible. It's better than mine. Like, my dad's Mustang is still miles ahead of my truck's interior. But, like I said, 2015 is when all three of them really were like, oh, crap, we can make interiors? So, I mean,
I
they've really
think
cleaned
the
up.
base Mustangs are still kind of garbo.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're still
that
terrible. They
freaking
get that.
calculator screen.
Yeah, they get that ugly screen. It ruins them.
The new Bronco has a crawler gear. That's right. Okay, so did y'all know the Bronco's gonna have a 7-speed manual, just like the C7 did?
Oop.
I thought that was kind of interesting to see they were even putting. I was surprised they even
Ford
bothered putting a
Bronco.
manual in it. Huh?
The board Franco.
Yeah. So that's getting revealed soon, I think. Even though we all know what it looks like already, I don't know why they're even bothering revealing it at this point. Everyone knows what it looks like now. But I know they're doing that. They're revealing the F-150 in a couple days, which I'm curious to see how that's going to look. Okay, so Sister Six of you in the chat, would y'all want me to do a video on that? Like, I want to get y'all's opinions because with videos like the MT82 lawsuit, they don't do well. So I'm like, I want to know if y'all would even watch it if I did a video on the new F-150. Just kind of like reacting to the design and saying what I think about it. Because, I mean, this is a truck-focused channel. Even though I do other car stuff, like, when I film Michael's and Hayden's cars and stuff like that, at the end of the day, the channel is kind of truck-focused. So if y'all want me to do a video on the new F-150, I'll gladly do it. It'll be like next week because, again, of all that's going on right now with the moving. But instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it goes crawler 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's a 7-speed, but the first gear is meant to just be for. It's really really short, I guess. I don't know a lot about off-roading, but I'm guessing that's probably what it is. It's meant to just help you get up like steep hills. But yeah. So I mean, if y'all want me to do a video on the new F-150, let me know in the chat and I can do that for you guys. But yeah, I always thought that was kind of cool of the Magnums. I've always thought those cars were kind of interesting. My mom looked at one back in the day when I was about 7 or 8 years old. My mom looked at a Magnum RT and almost got it. That was literally, she was ready to sign papers, and then they came back and upped the payments on her out of nowhere. She was like, you know what, no. And so that's why she didn't get it, but she was very close. So my dad loved it because it was fast. I mean, for the mid 2000s, I mean, it was a pretty quick car. Obviously the 5.7's kind of on the lower end of power now compared to the other V8s, but back in the mid 2000s, that was quite the engine. I mean, it didn't have competition though. It had the LS to compete with. That's the only engine it had to compete with, and obviously the LS was a bit better, but. Back in the mid 2000s, this was its only competition because the 3-valve kind of sucked back then. I mean, it was not 3-valve was just not in the same tier in my opinion. It was great. Don't get me wrong; it was a pretty good engine, but I don't view it on the same tier as those two were in the mid 2000s. It wasn't really until the Coyote where things kind of evened out, and then of course the 6.1 and 6.4 from Dodge really evened out everything.
Doge.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna. So y'all want to see the video? 8-bitter does at least. So, if anyone else wants to see the video on the F-150, there's a new rumor that the F-150 won't get the Coyote. All right, let's just ban Ford then. And they don't put a V8 in that truck, I'm gonna be upset because it's like, I don't know. I hate that Ford has been going away from using the V8 in their big V8 cars. Like the F-150, the GT. That's still something that bothers me. Even though the EcoBoost does a fantastic job in that car. I still think they should have put a V8 in it. I'm not crazy about the fact that they ditched the V8 for it. I mean, that's a car that, is historically well known for being a big block V8 race car. So it's like, I don't
Probably
know.
cheaper on them from the government.
Maybe. Probably emission stuff. They're probably getting a bit of a cut for using a lower displacement engine or something like that. I still hate it, but it's like, it does make sense when you look at it from that perspective. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to be upset if Ford ditches the V8 in that truck because I get it. That I know the 5.0 hasn't been selling very well in those trucks. I mean, there's not a whole lot of 5.0 F-150s out there, but it's like at least having the option. Just with that love V8 trucks. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the reveal event's coming soon. It's like people rumored the C8 had the manual and it didn't. Unfortunately.
That's lame.
Which is, speaking of, me and Hayden did see one for the first time yesterday.
Oh, I saw one. I've seen two in person now. One was from afar, and then the other one was right next to me on the interstate.
How'd it look? What'd you think?
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Like, is it
Really?
It's
different?
it's just not a Corvette.
No, not at
Honestly,
all.
It's really like a different world,
It's
isn't it?
like you got to think Corvette's is a different class of car now.
yeah.
Mm.
It,
It's a
it's just it's
it's
not it's
it's
not
a
great.
almost a mid-engine exotic for budget prices.
So a what?
A Bitter
What is that?
said he's saying that if they ditch the 5.0 and the F-150, that GM will knock them off the number one spot. I agree with that too. Like pretty good. Like I think that if Ford doesn't at least offer the 5.0 in the F-150, that Chevy's going to take over. I think Chevy and GMC are going to take the top spots because they're the guys that build V8 trucks. I mean, they have what 3 different V8 options in the F-150 and not the F-150, the Silverado and the Sierra right now. There's the
Mhm.
5.3. I know there's the 5.3 and the 6.2. I thought there was something in between, but I'm no. Actually, I think it's 2. Yeah, I think it's just the 5.3 and the 6.2. So it's like I think that alone is going to push Chevy ahead. So I don't know. One thing I would love to see though is for Chevy to build like a performance version with the 6.2, like something kind of like a cool like little truck. You also saw yours today. I've actually seen one out where Hayden lives, which was kind of surprising. But I guess it's because Hayden's house is like almost on the border between our country bumpkin county, and like a really rich county. So it's like I guess that makes sense. You kind of see some more nicer higher end cars out there. But I was like, what the heck are you doing out here in a Lamborghini? But I don't know how I feel about the Urus. The Urus is like a weird car. It's like I kind of want to love it, but I also kind of want to hate it because it's like so un Lamborghini, an SUV. But at the same time, it's like still kind of cool in a way. I don't see why they cost so much. Like I think they're still like 250 grand, and I'm not really crazy about why they're that expensive when it's just an Audi Q7 with Lamborghini badges on it and a different interior. I guess it's just saying you have a Lamborghini. It's just a Lamborghini tax. I guess that's my theory on it, but I think I'd rather have a Q7 at that point because it's the exact same car. But he saw it at a Best Buy. Interesting. Shopping for tech parts with the Euros. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about, but yeah. But yeah, so I'm not crazy with the Mach 1. And speaking of the C8, okay, since we just talked about the C8, have y'all seen the footage that was released this week of the Z06 being spy shotted, the new Z06?
Mm-mm.
It's so I don't know how to feel about it. It like they had it obviously under heavy wraps. You couldn't see the taillights even. And they had it out with a 458, a GT2 RS, a base model C8, and then the new Z06. The new Z06 doesn't even sound like a muscle car anymore or American, like the typical American V8 sound. It sounds just like a Ferrari, like it really does. And it's rumored to be a 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8. But I kind of wish they would kind of do how Ford did with the headers on the GT350 and do kind of something similar so it sounds more American. Um, that'd be kind of nice, but it literally sounds like an exotic. So I think that's what Chevy's going for now. I think they're kind of trying to get away from the American kind of style and try to take aim at the Italians and Germans and everything. We're trying to play their game, but America style. Um, I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't because I really have always liked how Corvettes have had that American muscle sound, that deep kind of American, the sound you associate with a Corvette. So it's like I like that the base C8 kept that. Like I kind of think it's kind of funny to hear a pushrod V8 sound out of a mid-engine sports car, but I don't know how to feel about this dual cam deal they're going with on the C8, the Z06. Um, 8 Better said, imagine a pushrod flat plane. That would be interesting, actually. I would actually like to see someone do that. I don't think anyone's ever going to because pushrod is technically starting to get phased out finally. Which I'm not really a fan of. I've always thought pushrod engines were really cool. Dover cam's just really complicated, but I kind of saw it coming. But I think that'd be kind of interesting. A pushrod flat plane. I don't know. It could work, but I'm not sure high revs would be really favorable on a pushrod engine. But yeah, that's all the recent car news I could think of is like the C8, Z06, and the Mach 1.
M-Hawk?
Oh, somebody second to get what you just said. I was like, huh? So one thing that me and Ham were talking about recently is Michael would be really good to talk to us about because this is obviously his brand that he knows really well. Did the 300 ever get a 392?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah, it had an SRT8 model.
Yeah, I thought it had a 6.1. I've seen people put 6.4 intake manifold and heads on it,
Okay,
but they
so
never had a 392 though.
In the States, it's not. But I think they still had the 392 in the last generation, last body style, like what, 2013? I think it was 392, but like overseas and everything else, I think even in Canada, they had the SRT still. They have the actual SRT in the current body.
Oh, well, I couldn't speak for overseas, but
why don't we get that here? That's like, I don't know, maybe I guess
Very
a 300.
good question. I guess the same reason why Ford is like, hey, yeah, we're not making our nice cars anymore. We're just making trucks. So. Okay.
Maybe. I think I'm curious if maybe because the 300 doesn't sell as well as the Charger does.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
That's my theory.
Still, that's still jank and a half.
I think FCA knows
why are they
that.
still selling Trackhawks when nobody's even buying them?
It's a cool novelty. I mean, it
is cool. So is a 300 SRT.
It's like I don't know. It's like I think it's a weird thing between me and with the Charger and the 300 because the Charger is obviously the Charger looks a lot better than the 300. The 300 is still kind of ugly even today. They've done better. I mean, it's they've done a lot better than it used to be.
The old ones. Oh man,
yeah.
I am not a fan of the old ones.
When they first built the 300, it was so bad. But Jesus. The modern ones are obviously a lot better. But I still, I like the Charger more than the 300 in terms of exterior. But it's like the 300 is a much better interior. Like it's a lot more luxurious and upscale, if you will. The Charger can obviously get a pretty good interior when you option it out and get a lot of packages on it. But it's like the 300 out of the box comes like a really good interior. So it's like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird that they never brought the best performing engine that Dodge had on the 300 in the States. Because like you were saying, everyone but us got the 392 300 SRT. We got the 6.1, which is fine because the 6.1 was, to my understanding, a pretty good engine. But it's like,
did they get the 8-speed stuff too? Overseas?
What is it?
Did they get the 8-speed too? Overseas with the 392, the ZF, like
ZF,
like the transmission in your car.
Transmission, the 8-speed.
I would imagine so. I'm not 100%.
Because I know they
doubt they would go in and because I think they're still made in Canada, so I doubt that they would change manufacturing and all that.
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. I've never.
While you're looking that up, I'm on Cobb's website right now with the database and Dyno database. And here's a stage 2 with 16.5 psi on 93 octane, which is I believe what I'm on right now. And it's 278 horsepower and 328 foot-pounds of torque.
God damn.
And that's right at 2800, which mine's set higher. Mine's set to about 3000 RPMs to hit max boost. So, but yeah, that's crazy. And then just going up to 20 psi on the same tune makes 296 horsepower and 366 foot-pounds of torque.
Jesus Christ.
And then going up to a BNRS, doesn't say what turbo, it just says BNR stage 3. So that's a front mount and all that other good stuff. On 21.5 pounds of boost on 93 makes 328 horsepower and 363 torque.
How much does your engine like 21 pounds of boost though?
Oh, I'm sure it loves it.
Okay.
Dude's gonna be like, oh my god.
As long as
Okay.
you don't add boost below 3,000 RPMs, that thing is it's ready for every bit of it.
All right. So here we go. I got the information. So they did have an SRT version of it with the 392 in the US
For a
in
year.
2011. It started in 2011.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Because that's when it's still SRT8, but it was the first gen 392.
Yes.
I think.
But it only came with the 5-speed still.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
discontinued.
That's the SRT8.
Yeah. It was discontinued in 2015, and that's obviously when the 8 speeds came out. It is still sold in Australia and the Middle East. Those are the only two countries they're still sold in.
It's not in Canada?
No. That's all it shows.
It was in Canada.
But yeah, it is. It's assembled in Brampton, Ontario.
Oh, so it is made in Canada, but yeah, they don't sell it in Canada. What kind of sense does that even make?
I don't know. It's
let's assemble it just so we can ship it across the world for no
Dude,
reason.
it
For such
snows 11 months out of the year there. They can't get no traction in that thing.
Oh god.
But they had a bunch of special editions of the newer 300. They had the Mopar 2012 model, the 300S Glacier edition, the 300 Motown edition, the John Varvatos edition, the 300S Alloy edition, and the 300S Sport Appearance package, which came out in 2017. Is that what Ben has?
What?
The Sport Appearance package on his car?
I don't think so.
Or is that just his mods that makes it look a lot more aggressive than your standard 300?
More than likely his mods.
Gotcha.
So I think his was just a base S model.
Gotcha. Wow. Beginning in 2012, all the V6s had the 8-speed.
Yeah, but it's like oh man, dude, Chrysler is just screwing with it. It's a Chrysler. Oh, dude, I don't even know how to explain it. It's the ZF motor, but somehow Chrysler made it their own for some reason.
And I'm guessing it probably sucked.
It was probably garbage. But
Because-
Ben's not having any issues, so I don't know. But I don't know why, but it's completely different. It's not a ZF, it's something else.
Yeah.
But it's still an 8-speed, so I have not the slightest of clues.
All right. I want y'all to take a guess. How many Chrysler 300s sold in the U.S. in 2019?
2019?
Without looking it up. Just take a gander.
What? 100,000?
No.
Less?
A lot less.
It was probably 20,000.
29,000 in the U.S.
Rip.
But take a guess how many sold in Canada in 2019.
40.
No. It's in the thousands.
Thousands? Like single thousands?
Yeah.
Ugh.
1,949 Chrysler 300s. That's not just the SRT. That's the entire 300 lineup. 1,900 of them were sold in Canada last year.
Yeah, that sucks.
The best year they ever had was 2005 when they sold 144,000 in the U.S. and 14,654 in Canada. And ever since then, each year it's gotten lower and lower. Minus 2011 or 2012 and 2013, where it spiked back up. It spiked up to 70,000 in 2012 from 36,000 in 2011, but then ever since then it's kind of been on just a decline, down to 2019, which is 29,000 and 1,900 in Canada. So yeah, that's the 300. I'm actually like kind of surprised. It's actually sold in Italy as a Lancia. I forgot that brand even still exists. It's called the Lancia Thema in Europe, and it's been in production. It was only in production 2011 to 2014, so they didn't keep it there very long. Charger sales. That's a good question. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see. Michael, can you name off your top of your head?
What?
Charger sales.
There's got to be at least 100,000 in freaking Georgia alone.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Whew. A lot of them did sell, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's facts. Every other car I see is a V6 Charger.
All right, take a guess.
Right.
Take a guess how many sold in 2019 in the U.S. entirely. That's the entire lineup of Chargers.
78,000.
Higher.
Really? Is it 6 digits?
No, it's not 6 digits, but it's really close.
90.
90,000?
A little bit more than 90,000.
95?
A little bit, like literally a sliver more than 95.
95.5 the beat.
No. 96,935 chargers were sold in 2019.
Good
That
God.
was close.
3,400 in Canada.
3,400.
2006 and 2007 were the two best years for the Charger.
Oh, the worst one?
The 2006 model sold 114,201.
God damn.
And in 2007, they sold 119,289. And in 2008, they sold 97,000. 2009, they only sold 60,000. I'm guessing that was around the recession. 2010, they sold 75. 2011, they sold 70,000. 2012, they sold 82,000. 2013, 98,000 of those cars. 94,000 in 2014, 94,000 in 2015, 95,000 in 2016, 88 in 2017, 80 in 2018, and then 96K last year. And
Damn, Charger sounds good.
And the best year for Canada was 2007, which sold 7,858. Mexico can't even hit 1,000. Minus 2008. They sold 3,300 in 2008. But every year since then, they've been barely able to even get close to 900. They haven't even hit 900.
Can't believe the Mazda Speed 6 only sold for 2 years.
It was a very limited car.
That's, if you talk about limited, that's what you think of right there.
Yeah.
What's the most limited edition car that was production car that you can get?
I think the Chiron was pretty limited. I know there's a lot of like really rare hypercars.
Yeah,
So like one of
that garbage.
Like when it comes to supercar, like when it comes to hypercars, there's lots of them. They're like one of 20 or one of 50, one of 10.
No, okay. They had to make more than 100,000 cars.
I'm not quite sure. That's a good question. I think there's lots of cars that are like that.
Really?
Mustang sells. Oh boy, I'm actually curious about that one. How much? All right, how much y'all want to bet that every year in the modern era of Mustang, so from 2000 to now, it's been about 100,000 a year. I want to know what y'all think. Y'all think it's going to be that?
No, I don't think it'll be over 100,000 consecutively years.
Actually, let's go straight to the S197 because it's the best selling Mustang.
I think 2005 it'll definitely be over 100.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think so.
Oh, 100%, dude. There were so many of those ones like I had.
Yeah, they didn't drop under 100K until 2008.
Wow.
And 2012, they went from 2005 to 2012, so they didn't show the 13, 14.
What's the Mustang that he's talking about in chat right
there? The Mustang Iacocca. It's named after the father of the Mustang, the Iacocca. There's only 100 of them ever made.
Oh, lame. Oh, well, you know the Daytona Kitty Cats?
Mm-hmm. Those are pretty
limited. They only made like 500 of them.
Yeah, they're very limited cars.
And, well, now there's only 499 confirmed because all the rioting and stuff, they trashed one and took the motor out of it.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How'd they have enough time to do that?
Dude, I have no idea. I watched a video. They tore up a Nike store, went across the street to this Dodge dealership, got into the safe, and stole all these cars. And like a week later, they had majority of their cars back with the engines torn out of them.
That's crazy.
Dude, I don't understand how they did it.
Don't mind my new Hemi Swap S2000. Don't mind that.
I bet if you go on eBay right now, there's probably lots of 6.2s and 6.4s and 5.7s,
yeah.
all coming from one central state where all this happened. But yeah, 2005. So the year that Hayden's Mustang's a part of. Hayden's one of these 160,975 Mustangs that were sold in 2005.
Yeah, that was a lot of them.
2006 sold 166,530 Mustangs. So that's 4.0 and 3-valve because there wasn't a GT500 in that year. So it was only the V6. It was only 4.0s and 3-valves. Obviously there were like a couple limited editions. But 2007 sold 134,626. 2008 sold 91,251. 2009 sold 66,623. 2010 sold 73,716. 2011 70,438. And 2012 82,995.
Okay.
So
what did the S550 sell its first year?
What?
What did the S550 sell its first year?
Let's find out. Do they not have the sales stuff listed on here yet? They don't.
Gen 1 front mount intercooler.
They don't have the sales information up yet.
That's fine.
But I'm willing to bet it was a lot because I know those. I know the S550 sold like hotcakes like the first year. S197 twos. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's the generation that they didn't include the 13, 14.
Oh
for
my
some reason.
god, I'm so tired.
Let's see. What about the 4th gen? The SN95. The shoot. Yeah, the SN
Is your
is
stream frozen?
no. Shouldn't be.
Stop for a second.
I think the best year for the Mustang since the 60s was 89. That's like, I think that when they changed the front end of the Fox to the good one. Let's
Ooh, a
see.
license plate frame.
What I always wanted.
Yeah, there's no sales information on the SN on here either, which is
It's a
kind of
car.
disappointing.
License.
Let's see if I can get the 65s on here. I'm curious if the sales information's on here, and it's not, which is kind of interesting. I kind of expected that to be wild because I know the first generation Mustangs sold like freaking crazy. Okay, I'm actually looking at the 71 and 73s. That actually doesn't look pretty good. That actually looks pretty good. I'm actually, I know Hayden and Michael think it's hideous, but I don't mind it.
What is it?
The 1970 to 73 Mustangs.
Oh yeah.
71 to 73, excuse me. That was around the time. Whichever one had the original Mach 1. That was my favorite classic Mustang.
M-Hawk?
Yo. But yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of sales data on any of these other ones on this website, which is Wikipedia. You know, Wikipedia's great.
God. Cobb's freaking expensive.
It's like
freaking
Corsa, but
polo
tuners.
shirt. A polo shirt with Cobb tuning on it is $50. I think that's polo, but still. Oh my god. Boxer head.
My favorite year of the Mustang, I think, is always going to be 2014. I think it's just going to be my favorite year. Because it was like, you know, they had all the great models of the S197 there. They had the Boss, they had the GT500, they had the GT was doing really
Crown
well.
Vics.
The 3.7 did pretty good. I think the Crown Vic is supposed to be mostly going to be like police patrol stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I was about to say.
like, there wasn't really a lot of people that bought Crown Vics just to say they bought a Crown Vic until after they retired to the police force. Even though I will say, they have quite the community. The Crown Vic community is just booming right now.
Volkswagen.
And they're very passionate people. You know, it's a very tight-knit community there. So it's actually kind of interesting. You know, it's one of the most looked down upon cars because it's like it's a big Bodie sedan with I hate to say it, abysmal V8. But the community is booming on those cars right now, which is actually really interesting.
The Marauder.
The Marauder is actually kind of cool. That's one Panther platform that I really, really like is the Marauder because 4-valve. That's the only reason I like.
Hey Jordan, you wanna change your birthday to like next weekend?
No, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I can't say I was born, earlier than I actually was. That's kind of weird.
I was
That'd be
about to
kinda
get
weird.
into something we don't want to get into.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and not do that right now.
Text it to me one though.
No.
But what are y'all's opinions on the Crown Vic and Marauder and all that? I know Hayden hates it.
Yeah, them things are hot garbage. I would literally buy anything else.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna put this into perspective of, let's say, 2009. Those when all three of those cars, the Crown Vic, the Charger, and the G8. Which one would y'all buy? Auto for auto, everything. You got the G8, the 09 Charger, and the Crown Vic.
G8.
I'm with you on that.
Pair of Nike.
A pair of Nikes.
A rowboat.
Dang. Hating probably my next car, the G8. I'm pretty convinced I'm gonna find a G8 for my next car whenever the time comes.
No.
There ain't no way.
That or a
No.
GTO, I'm pretty convinced is going to be one of the cheaper LS cars. Because I don't really want a 3-valve Mustang, and if I get a Coyote, I'm going to be concerned about the transmission and the life it lived before I got it, which is probably the crap was beaten out of it.
Are you gonna get a manual?
Get a Gen Coupe. Do it.
Yes.
I
Or
think it
get-
depends. If it's a G8, probably not. But if it's any other car, yes.
Join the turbo gang first, then get a V8.
Get like a Jenny 2.0 or something.
I don't care what you get, just get something.
My
cool.
main thing is I want a car that's capable. You know, I want a car that, you know, because obviously you guys know I like to keep my cars for the long haul. You know, I've kept the truck for almost 5 years, so it's like
The Mazda's great if you fix the VVT issue.
they scare me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
What, the VVT?
No, Speed 3.
Why?
I mean, yours has not been the nicest.
What, it drinks oil?
That too.
With 150,000 miles? I mean, is that
Yeah.
not common for any vehicle with 150,000 miles?
Mine's got almost 100,000 more and doesn't drink oil.
Well, okay, well.
I
He's
guess part of it.
boosted, though.
He is boosted though.
That's Japanese cars, dog.
Yeah, I mean you gotta pay to play
We
with
hate on our drinking oil game.
that.
I don't give a fuck.
I hate every bit of it. I want to go an oil change without freaking putting 20 quarts in.
My engine's always running the freshest of oil, so.
Yeah, I've gone to just changing filter at this point.
Pretty
Oh my
much.
gosh.
So,
I keep it enough to top it off. You know, about 5 quarts.
Hey,
well,
but
it drinks enough to where every week that I put like almost a quart and a half in, I think it's fine that I don't ever change the oil and just change the filter out at this point.
Yeah, like when you're changing, yeah, it's about right.
8-Bitter said he'd pick the Crown Vic over the Charger and the G8 because it would last twice as long. That is true. The Crown
Well,
Vic
if
is
you're
like
going for
indestructible.
longevity, sure. But
Yeah, but I'm looking to haul some ass, and I think the LS is going to be a little bit better than 2-valve.
Yeah. He also said
Focus ST. I'd get a Focus RS guy.
Yeah, dude, I have the money, but the ST for the price is not bad.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
good car for the price. It's like
Just don't get the one ST. Those things look like fucking Jesus. My car has more features. This is a 2000.
Yeah, you could put the Focus ST intake manifold on the Mazda. It's actually what they do for
Jordan, give Michael the ST badges so he can put them on the Mazda.
No,
I don't even know where they
actually
are.
it's for running port injection, so you can do alternative fueling. That's
Gotcha.
what that's for.
For stuff like ethanol, I'm guessing.
Do meth.
Yeah, methanol. Yeah,
Methanol.
methanol.
I wouldn't be opposed to getting a Focus ST.
Oh, the blow off valves though.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you get a Focus ST? It costs more than a Speed 3, but
it does cost more than Speed 3, but it'll be a little bit more modern and it'll have a little bit better features.
But you can get a second gen Speed 3 and still have better features than what I got.
Yeah,
I just don't like the way they look that much.
I think the Focus ST looks better than the Gen 2.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like their grills are flipped and it made it look so much better.
Like I really can't decide what I would do because the Focus ST would be great, but also, but my main thing is because I keep my cars for a long time.
Yeah, actually, I'm on the best picture page.
I want a car
It's
that is
easier to find a lower mileage ST than a Speed 3 as well.
probably, yeah.
If you're trying to scoop low mileage, you have to pay more. So it just depends on what you're paying.
You got to pay to play.
Look, there's a perfect picture of a Speed 3 second gen and a Focus RS next to each other. Which that's not really fair because it's Focus RS and that thing looks amazing by itself.
Mhm.
You get the grill and the front bumper and stuff.
Yeah.
The front bumper.
That's what I would do if I got an ST. I'd probably put a lot of the stuff from the RS on it, just because I prefer the RS looks. But I wouldn't be that guy that put the RS badges on it though. I'd probably do is put the RS bumper, but put the ST badge back on the RS bumper.
I have to do the wing too.
Yeah, the RS wing is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's kind of like going from a base Mazda 3 hatch with the spoiler that it has, which is like a flat. It rests all the way up against the tailgate, and then you get to the speed, and it's raised up.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the ones that they sold without spoilers in general looks god awful.
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
I've seen those.
Dude, they look like freaking flaccid. I don't even know what.
They look like ladybugs when they're red.
A-Bitter asks, isn't the Focus ST similar to Speed 3? It's very, very similar. Very, very, very similar.
The same car.
Okay, speaking of hatchbacks. So yesterday when we went to my cousin's house to go
Get a
celebrate
GTI.
graduation,
Sorry, I'm done.
that would be a good choice too. That would be kind of what I'm looking for because if I'm gonna get a hatch, I
If I'm
want a
getting a
car.
hatch game, I think I'm getting a
Oh
GTI.
yeah, the Golf. It's right there.
I love the Golf.
It's
And
next to your second favorite car. So I'll send both of them.
Golf GTIs are capable of so much power, and that's what I want. I want my next car to be something that's
And they come
capable
in
of a
dual
lot
clutches.
of power and the dual clutch. Yes, I would really want something like a
Try
dual
to
clutch
focus.
car. I like the
I think I
Focus
know
talk.
who old boy is.
He's got the Focus
know
SVT.
Yes, sir. I follow
Ew,
him on
VW. I love VW. I love a lot of the cars that VW
Oh,
makes.
dude, Golf's so good. You can't even at me that. Come on now.
I think if it's gonna be a hatch, there's only 3 cars that are my top considerations. That's GTI, Focus ST, and Cooper S. Those are like the big 3. Because I don't want to have the same car as everyone else. So honestly, if we did a hatch gang thing, obviously Michael's got the Mazda. So Hayden, if you get a GTI, I'll have to get an ST or a Cooper S.
I think the only way I'd get a GTI is if I could keep the STK on the side.
Yeah.
God, check this out. So Instagram, for some reason, sends me all of this. I have none of the clues why, but I'll take it, I guess.
My question is, I don't know enough about the Focus ST to know if the Focus ST is capable of 700. That's my goal.
I
I
don't
want my
think
next
so.
car to be capable of 700. I know the GTI can do it with a
What is
lot of
this?
work, but it can do it. The Cooper S cannot, unless you like begged it to, and then invested 100 grand into the motor. Speed 3s can do it. I've seen them do it countless times now with a
What is
built
Michael,
it?
is this
engine.
your camera roll?
Huh?
No, that's Instagram. That's the search page.
Oh wow.
Checking out a lot of chicks in yoga pants. I see. Oh, man.
Is the GTI an interference motor? I'm not quite sure.
I know the Speed 3 motor's not, or is, or
The
not.
Fiesta ST, I really like the Fiesta ST. And if I was going for a more nimble kind of twisty's car, then I would totally get a Fiesta ST. I love those cars. But I think for building a power car, I mean, it would probably need to
Oh,
be a
dude,
Focus.
yeah. APR tune GTI with the dual clutch. Those things move, dude.
They're stupid fast.
You'll be keeping up with really fast cars.
I mean, even like the base A4s with an APR tune are stupid fast. Like Michael knows firsthand. Because
What is it?
remember when other Michael beat you in the Taurus with his APR A4?
APR.
That's a tuning company,
Maybe.
and he
Like
put the
coming back
sauce
from
on you.
Cafe Octane?
Mm-hmm.
That don't count.
He put the sauce on
That
you.
don't count.
The Golf has
I
a
like to
timing
see it.
belts. A lot of
I like-
hatchbacks do. I mean, a lot of cheaper cars have belts instead of chains.
Yeah. Isn't the boxer motor a timing belt driven
Yeah,
setup?
the
Dude, that's so
Subarus and Porsche and all that, they still use belts, to my understanding.
No, why?
I think Honda still uses belts, which is kind of interesting how high
The
those motors rev.
S2000 belt?
No, is the S2000
No, it's
belt?
chain.
S2000's chain?
It
Yeah.
has to with how freaking fast it spins.
The 2J still uses the timing belt.
Oh my god.
I think the K series uses the timing belt and it revs to 9 as well, or it could be made to.
Jeez.
I hate the timing belts.
I'm not a fan, really. I think that junk's a little too sketchy to be trusting with piston to valve contact. I don't
Well,
think
the
it's
belts
very
instead
safe.
of a chain.
Yeah.
My truck's got 2
I mean,
chains, and they suck.
Chains mainly stretch and stretch and stretch until your timing is just way off.
Mm-hmm.
But belts, they just snap.
Yeah, that's what I had my mom's first Grand Caravan. Not first Grand Caravan, but she had a Caravan that we were on our way to go see Megamind when it was in theaters. Too. That if that tells you how long ago this was. Literally, we pulled out of the neighborhood. We hear a snap, and the car just dies. And sure enough, it blew the engine. Because
Nice. Interference motor?
Yep, the old. I think it was a 3.5 that Dodge used in 2000. It just
3.5 V6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that junk's garbo.
Same engines in the Prowler.
Ooh.
that poor car. The Prowler would have had everything right going forward if they just put a doggone V8 in it. Even if it was like the 5.9, it would have been an upgrade from the 3.5 with the auto.
I almost ended up with the worst car ever. Almost.
What?
Yeah, for the first car I ever went and looked at, my dad found it. It was a 2.7 Charger, like 2006 or something like that.
Ew.
It was so bad, dude.
So-
It had like these ugly ass wheels that they came on it, like the base model wheel.
So it was based.
Oh, it was so bad, dude. Tan interior.
No, man, it was like cheapo.
Yeah, it was bad, dude.
So TX Spurs FN said, "I got a sport track for my birthday. I'm adding a lot of things to it. Your vids inspire me. I really appreciate that. That actually means a lot. It really does."
Jordan's
That's
got all
awesome.
high pitched. He's excited.
Okay, don't be judging me. But let's see. What
Sorry,
all did
one
I
of
look
these
at? I'm gonna talk about cars I've actually looked at because I say a lot of cars I've almost got, but there was really only like I think a handful of cars we actually went and looked at. There was obviously the black Ram that I drove. That was a truck we were very we were trying to work something out on. My grandfather really just didn't want to sell it. The 944, I almost got that. That was a car that we actually looked at, and I'd begun talking to my grandparents about getting that as well. But that was manual, obviously, and that was something that was kind of a struggle back then. Imagine that, being the guy that rolled up to school in an old Porsche. That'd have been kind of interesting. I mean, it was rough. I mean, it was a $2,000 Porsche, but I mean, it was still a Porsche.
A
at the end of
what?
the day. A Porsche.
Porsche. Lame.
You forgot a part of
So yesterday I almost ordered the vinyl wrap, right?
Should have done it. Why didn't you do it?
Well, because I'm sitting here thinking I got to tear out some of the headliner to take the antenna off the top to do the gloss black, which I can do anytime. But I'm gonna peel off the little door anti-ding things trims on the side, and then I gotta take the door panels off on all 4 doors to take the door handles off.
Gotcha.
And I'm not feeling that right now. So I'm thinking in like 2 weeks from now, when I finish all the gloss black, I think that's what I'm gonna end up ordering it, and then put it on in like 3 weeks from now, maybe.
Gotcha. And then we can get
Do you
started.
have a? Didn't you say you had like a booklet of all the like colors?
Yeah, I got
I need
2.
to come look at it to figure out what I want to order.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun fact: these two are getting ready to wrap both of their cars. So the Mazda is going to be a different color, and the S2K is going to have probably one of the most unique designs in an S2000. Because Hayden and I and Michael have all been kind of brainstorming what we're going to do with the car, and I don't know if Hayden wants to reveal anything yet, or if he wants to wait till the car's done. But if you want to, Hayden, you can go ahead and talk about what you've got planned. Because I think it's
All my junk's on
I'm gonna
Instagram
wait.
right now.
You're gonna wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really cool, and no one in the S2000 community done it before. And I'm curious how people react to it, because it's like I think people are going to be a little mean about it, but I also think at the same time people are like, dang, that's actually kind of unique. You know, it plays onto a lot of like jokes about the S2000. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Sticker bomb.
Yeah.
8-Bitter asked if you're still selling the car.
No, not anymore.
Hey, they actually do make sticker bomb vinyl.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You can make it look like the Pinto.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Like
that.
it's
It's
legit
so ugly.
freaking. Yeah.
Yeah, as of this moment, Hayden is not selling the Honda anymore. We got to do a little bit of TLC on the car, but besides that, and getting it
Hayden.
wrapped, it'll be set.
I watched a video. The dude left all 8 spark. Oh God. Here we go. No placement for displacement. No.
Yeah, buddy.
He left all the spark plugs out and poured seafoam in each one of them. Let it sit there for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And started the motor over or cranked it over, whatever. I don't know. There's so many different ways to say it. But it actually helps their motor. So I don't know if that's something we could try. Run seafoam through the Earl.
Yeah, I'm down. Anything. I'm gonna get the. I'm gonna go ahead and order that valve adjustment tool. I'm gonna adjust the valves in it.
Yeah. You gotta take the head off to do that?
The valve cover. That's it.
Okay.
No replacement for displacement. 8-Bitter says.
You damn straight, baby.
But by that logic, I should gap Hayden. because I've got twice the displacement.
I was about to say that's funny because I'm pretty sure the Mazda is faster than the Charger right now.
Oh wow, really?
On a cold day.
On a cold day.
Not heat soaking too. But yeah.
But
Need to race Eric.
Not my Charger, but stock 392. Yeah.
Think you could take Eric in the Mazda in his 392?
I don't know. I want to so bad. I just want, dude. I want to bend him over.
He's gonna be so bad.
He rode with me yesterday when he came over to put that sticker on his hood.
Mhm.
And I got on it, and he looked over at me. He was like, "You just see his face. Imagine his face."
Damn.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh my god, I should not talk so much trash."
He said that's a lot of booze.
Did you do it in the gear where it like yanks you across the road?
No.
Oh, you did like third.
Yeah.
Dang, you should have done it in second. That would have been probably would have been what scared him.
That's just stupid. No.
Yeah, when you're in the other lane, nothing makes you shit your pants faster. Or when it's wet outside.
Oh my god. This is so stupid.
Okay, so let's talk about cars we've looked at before. So Hayden had a few cars he looked at before the Mustang, and I think before the Genesis as well, right?
Yeah.
And when you got the S2K, that was like one of the first cars you looked at, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the first car after the I wrecked the Genesis. That's the first car I went and looked at and bought it.
So can you name off all of the cars that you looked at before the green Mustang?
Why? I don't know. You guys just keep talking. I want to gossip a little bit in Snapchat.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, so I looked at a convertible automatic fucking 3-valve.
Mm.
Like an '08. It was a burgundy one, black top. I didn't buy that, obviously. Then, yeah. Then I got the 4.0 after that. I only looked at the Charger, the Mustang, and then I bought my 4.0.
What about that T-valve?
That was, I only looked at a Craigslist. I never went and saw the car.
Oh, okay. Right.
Then I got the 4.0, sold that, went and test drove a 2010 again, automatic 3-valve because the dude talked me into it while I was at a dealership. So I drove that. I didn't like it. It felt super slow. Drove a 2013 3.8 Genesis Coupe. It was an automatic too. It was an 8-speed, and that made me want a Genesis Coupe. And I got the one I did, and that's pretty much it.
I just now remembered we went to that Ford dealership that day and drove that 3.7, that black 2011, before we got the S2K.
Terrible.
It sounded pretty bad, and I remember you said the shifter felt slushy.
It's so bad, dude. I'd rather walk.
Was that the worst experience driving a manual car you've ever had?
Dude, yeah. The Genesis shift was pretty slushy, but that took it to a whole other level. That was, my God.
And then obviously, post Genesis wreck, you drove a TA. You drove a Challenger TA. I remember that.
Oh no, really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I gotta see this.
What? Not fucking surprised, honestly, but wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Goodness. But anyway,
we're just all stuck.
Goodness gracious, you okay, Michael?
No, because everybody's just watching and we're just sitting here having our own side conversation.
Yeah. But anyway, Hayden's drove.
We're blown back by it too. God damn.
But
yeah, dude, that sucks so bad, man. I was kind of sad. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad. That sucks.
Yeah.
I know the feeling too well.
So Hayden's also driven a TA, a Challenger TA, 392.
Yeah, that was way out of my price range. I was like not gonna buy it, but he offered me the keys, so I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
You drove a 328. I do remember that you drove the 328 at that dealership, that one dealership.
Yeah, I had the Escape at that point.
Okay, I didn't remember if you did or not. That's right. You were looking for a daily.
Yeah.
That was when you were looking to trade the Ranger in, and then you drove the 328, and you said it was I8, wasn't it? It was like it was
It was
fine.
okay. It wasn't like fast or anything. It was just like kind of a car.
Yeah, it was.
I
Just
think if
there.
I was gonna get a car like that, I would not get a BMW. I would just like settle for like a Corolla or something stupid like that. Honestly.
Something cheap, good on gas, reliable.
Roll.
Yeah.
Oh, how about you get a Nissan with a CVT?
Oh, yeah.
He said
Get
reliable.
a-
Let's see. What else can I remember you
But
driving?
I want two fun cars, which is like a bad idea, but
That's what I got.
True.
well, the Charger's gonna be reliable no matter what. That's a brand new fucking car.
Yeah.
I'm talking about having two shit boxes like I have.
Dang.
Rip.
Let's see. You drove the Boss. You drove the Boss 302.
Yeah.
And you said that's
That
your
was-
best experience in a Mustang.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. It was like it moved.
The
As it
Roadrunner
should.
for you. The Roadrunner, not the Coyote, the Roadrunner. And you said that was the best feeling MT82 you've driven.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad.
You've driven what, 3 MT82 cars?
Two.
Two.
Just those two.
What's in the SVT Focus?
It's a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. I think it's a 1.8. I think there was a variant that was supercharged. I can't confirm that, but I think there was a variant of it that was supercharged. I just can't say for sure.
Same here, man. I gotta get up at 5 as well.
Goodness gracious, I forgot it's Sunday.
Yeah, isn't that sucky?
A-Bitter did say he's somehow getting an autocross car. I forgot he brought that up on Twitter, or not Twitter, Instagram to me recently, earlier today.
Ooh, well, if he's still here, what was he thinking about getting?
Yeah.
Oh no, like a Miata.
I want to take the Mazda autocross.
The Mazda would do pretty good, I think. Yeah, I mean,
I
you'd
was
have
just
to.
talking about that recently to somebody. Yeah.
You just got to be careful on the throttle with that car, but I think it would do really, really well in autocross. Front-wheel drive cars usually shine in autocross.
That junk's freaking stiff in corners.
I'm just talking about like punching it in like low gears because that car just likes to scare you a little bit.
It can do it. It's got steering angle sensors, so
Gotcha.
first, second gear, if you're steering, it'll cut boost.
Interesting. Okay, I forgot about that.
And it's really a nice car for autocross, I think.
Yeah, he said an SVT Focus. That's pretty cool. SVT Focus would be a really good autocross car, except to my understanding, they're really snappy and really light. So I would try to Focus if he's still in here. He can probably give you some information on that. And they're cheap. They're really actually kind of cheap cars now. I've had a hard time finding them. I think you'd have an easier time if you were looking at American front wheel drive cars. It'd be like you probably have a lot easier time finding a Cobalt SS. But the SVT Focus would be actually kind of cool, and I think it'd be kind of a good autocross car, a good starter autocross car. If you don't want to be like everyone else and get a Miata, because everyone gets a Miata for an autocross car.
So jank.
I got the Miata extra long.
Yeah, the Miata LWB, the long wheelbase.
The Maviper.
Yeah.
Viper. The Miper.
The Miper. But let's see. I'm trying to remember what else Hayden's drove.
Or a Birds. He wants a Birds.
Oh, a BRZ.
Ooh, I'm voting for the BRZ. That'd be kind of sweet.
BRZs are actually kind of good.
They're kind of expensive
for autocross.
Compared to a Focus, but
they're pricey.
Worth the price. You get a FRS for a lot cheaper. For some reason, Subaru you pay Subaru tax.
I think the BRZ was a bit better than the FRS. It had like nicer interior stuff.
It wasn't that much different.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch videos about it. Like when you're buying 2013s or 2013s, it doesn't not really even matter. It's bumpers.
Yeah, and I know the BRZ push button.
Yeah,
not standard, but had the option for push button.
Second gen Speed had push button.
Did it? I had key ignition.
No, I think it was an option.
Oh,
I like push button. I miss my push button.
Dude, I'm telling you, I get in the Charger and try and turn the key.
Don't
even have it in my hand, and I still reach for a key slot. It's like
minus the one time. Have you before you played Forza and then started using the brake as a clutch?
Oh,
did you do that before that?
That's also a thing. Oh well.
You're not like not like me and Hayden are, where we play Forza or like drive actual manual cars and get into an automatic. We like kick the floorboard. You're like brake.
Dude, I don't understand how that works. Honestly, the brake is so far to the right.
It's like,
But
all right,
yet my
clutch.
foot, yeah, it's like, oh, it's all the way over here. Okay, and then just slam it into the floor.
That thing stops hard too.
Really, dude?
He
I
said
don't
those in
understand it.
BRZs are the most common, or those in Miatas are the most common autocross car. BRZs and Miatas. Yeah, that's why it's like it's kind of cool to see cars that aren't those cars at autocross events, like SVT Focuses, for example, or like an ST or stuff like that, Civics. Which is speaking of Civics. So, hey, this is gonna really upset you, but my mom saw an EK for the first time the other day or yesterday. We were on our way to my cousin's house, and I pointed it out. I was like, "Look at that Honda! I really want that Honda." She's like, "Why? That's like the ugliest Honda thing I've ever seen."
Yes, dude.
Good
Thank
damn.
you.
She said the Kia looks better than the EK hatch.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Can't agree, but
Like, I think the
Can't-
Kia's looks fine. I think the Kia looks
can't
fine,
yuck your yum, I guess, but whatever.
but I think a well done EK looks pretty darn
No.
good. Stock for
Dude,
stock, the Kia does
I
look a little bit
can't.
better, but
I can't.
that's stock for stock.
I just can't.
I love
cannot.
EKs. I would love to get an EK if they weren't so
God.
expensive. Oh, Michael's back.
Yeah,
Michael's on the runner.
It's such a troll of a car. It's hilarious. Like you see, like this little fucking old clapped out shitbuck flying by somebody in a nice car, and they're like, "What the fuck?" That's
Yeah.
like that is like great. I
They're-
love that shit.
Civics are like the best cars for sleepers. It's like because they're capable, but you can make them look hideous, and they'll still be really
but-
fast.
Well, that's because what everybody does to them is hideous, and then the ones that don't want to make power, they just want it to be loud. Then everybody takes that for the example of what that is, but I still don't like the look of the car, though.
I think
Well.
honestly, if I were gonna get a Civic, that wasn't like a garage car that would be worked on every once in a while, which in that case would be something like an EK or even an EG. Go back a little bit,
That's a good
older.
autocross car too.
Yeah, EGs and EKs. I would probably get an FA5, which is the generation mid 2000s, not the EP, the weird shifter on like the center console type deal, but or not center console on the dash type deal. But I really like the FA5, so that would probably be a good choice if I was going to go Civic. But I think if I'm going to get a Honda for a performance platform that I can also daily drive, I think there's just no way around an S2000. I'm not just saying that because Hayden's here, but because I don't know. I don't know if I could get down with boosting a car that's not already boosted. Obviously K20 is fine. K20s are really strong. It's like the FA5 would do it, but I wouldn't buy an EK as like a daily and then boost whatever engine's in it because they don't like that.
You want to blow up that B series or whatever the fuck it has?
Yeah, I ain't about that. So I think unless I got an FA5 or an S2000, I think for my next car I probably wouldn't go Honda. Project cars, it's almost a guarantee I'll probably wind up with a Honda. Unless I can get a freaking good deal on an F body or like some older LS platform, like as a project car. I mean, or heck, a Mustang. If I could get like a really good deal on an S197 that needed a good bit of work, but that's highly unlikely. Like it's actually kind of difficult. It's like if I were doing project cars. Okay, so if y'all had the money to get a new project car, to go alongside what you already have, what would y'all do? What would y'all buy? Say a budget of $5,000.
$5,000.
But here's the thing.
I'm putting the $5,000 into the SDK.
But it has to be older than 2005.
Some Jordans, Michael Jordan's. I don't know what came out back then. Them junks cost a lot. I know that.
Aiden, what would you buy? A car that's older than 2005. That's a project car that you can get for $5,000.
RSX Type S.
That's a good choice. Michael, you're looking up cars that were made in 2005.
Nope.
That was kind of why I think that specific year because Michael is not a fan of older cars. So it's like outside of his Speed 3, it's like the only I think the S2000. It's like the only two cars I can think of that Michael likes that are older than 2005, or in the P3's case, newer than 2005.
Yeah, I'm about to say SP3 newer.
Because I do know you almost got an S197 back in the day when you were looking at getting the Jeep. before we got the Jeep. I remember you telling me the story about how you went to look at a Mustang, a 4.0 Mustang.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, dude, we would have been squad.
And then your mom got mad at you about something and decided not to and gave you the Jeep instead.
Yeah. Oh well. It'll be alright.
Probably would have been a lot better for that to happen.
The Jeep would have been more reliable.
Jeep
Like,
was reliable. I didn't do jack.
That thing was a tank.
I didn't put any miles on it though. The Taurus is the one that freaking ate up all my miles, and I did nothing.
Never had issues.
Those were not easy miles for either.
You were rough on that car.
God, every time I get in the car with you,
you know, I still get comments on the original review to this day of people talking about that car. I think that's actually one of my most viewed videos, now that I think about it. The original Taurus review, when it was still completely stock.
I wish I still had it. I think where I'm at now is pretty nice.
Yeah. The Taurus would have been a really good daily.
It'd be cool for just sentimental value.
The Taurus was a good daily.
Oh yeah, the back seats.
That thing was comfy. Okay, yeah, it's the original Taurus review is my 4th most viewed video. It's got 14,000 views.
God.
The freaking initial review.
My exhaust video has like a stupid amount of views.
You've got a couple of videos that are over 60.
That's so retarded.
Which is crazy because my most viewed video is 44,000.
Oh yes, I got another video to watch tonight too before I go to bed. Poop.
But I mean, I still get comments about that car to this day. Like, I mean, it was a really good car. Like, it changed my idea on Tauruses. I always thought they were just like the epitome of, you know, I want something that's not, I want a big Ford sedan that's not a Crown Vic. Let me get the Taurus. You know, that's why I always viewed them. It's like yours really changed my outlook on them.
Sorry, I can change your outlook on American muscle cars too. You want to take a good ride with me on the spec race real quick?
On the Charger?
Yeah.
Might be a little terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hard pass on that one, dog.
I'll change your outlook on that.
Like, I'm not saying the car doesn't handle, but it's like
the Taurus exhaust videos got 72,000.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, one thing I will say about the Taurus handled surprisingly well for being, you know, for how long traveled the dang suspension was on that car. It handled so well. For
kind of wish I could have got to use the retune.
That's right, because you got the retune from 5-star the day you sold it.
Yeah, no. I'm still triggered too.
It's been what, 3 years, 2.5 years now?
Yeah.
What if it did those DSG farts like you always wanted?
I think the ones that I got now is a little bit more satisfying.
Yeah, they're probably a little bit louder.
I still would love to see you take the torque management out of it and see if it does like the GM pop, like the 8 speeds and the 10-speed Camaro do, and all that.
It sounds so cool when that happens. It's like, God.
I don't know. Whenever I buy the actual engine tune from Hemi Fever, I'm gonna ask him about. I just think it'll take the wheels out from underneath it.
Oh, to brake traction.
If there's no torque management on it. I don't know, but there on the HP tuners thing. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. There's 3 ways to do torque management, which I found very surprising.
On the Charger?
Yeah. So right here is stall torque management. It's use spark and fuel shutoff, and then there's this one here. What's this? ETC, electronic throttle control, maybe? Yeah, throttle. Enable throttle torque management. See, I don't know what that is, but there's the 3 different styles, and right now it's fuel shutoff, so it cuts fuel off.
And that's why it goes when it shifts.
I guess so, yeah. Which sounds amazing. Oh my god.
Have you ever heard like the 5th gen ZL1s and the C6 ZR1s and the 6th gen Camaros that have the no lift shift feature?
Huh.
They do DSG fart when you no lift shift those cars.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Here, let me get a video.
Right here it says external trans torque management. It says spark and fuel shutoff.
I'm gonna play it on the stream.
ESP torque management also uses fuel shutoff. So whenever it senses slippage from the wheels.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, that sounds sick.
So that's the 5th gen ZL1.
Nice.
I actually watched a video of a guy with a 6th gen 2OT Camaro that was racing a 5.0 and used the no lift shift feature and completely slaughtered it.
See, now the Mazda doesn't make any sound whenever it's no lift shift. It's almost like it doesn't even bring the RPMs down, it feels like.
I wonder if it's like one of those that just cuts throttle, and then it's obviously because the engine's a Ford engine at the end of the day, it's got some rev hang to it. That's probably what it does. It probably just cuts throttle for like a split second or something, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how it works because I don't have access to all that stuff like I do on HB tuners. But freaking, I don't know. I think maybe if I set the RPMs to come back down to lower, it would probably do it more.
Yeah. Maybe. But what's cool about the Camaro and the Corvette is that's actually a factory setting. You can just hit traction twice, I think, and you can enable it. But like I said, the 6th gen, every version of the Camaro got it, but the 5th gen, the only way to get it is if you get a ZL1. And then the Corvette, you can only get it with the ZR1 and C6. I think the C7s all have it as well. But I've never seen anyone using the C7. I've seen a lot in Camaros. Everyone with 6th gen that I've watched, like RP Productions did it in his blue one. I watched a couple of his old videos where he was drag racing. You can distinctly hear go when he shifts in that car. Obviously, this video, which is from Mr. LSX. So since we just used his video, go check his channel out. It was quite crazy.
I don't think I have any good videos of the Charger's farts.
I still want a 6th gen really bad.
I do too, really. Like, I think if I were to get a GM car and I had a little bit of money to spend, it probably would be a 6th gen. I mean, unless I had C7 money, obviously. It's like the 5th gen's fine, but I would probably get a 6th gen over it. I don't know. It sounds weird, doesn't it? Me being a Ford owner, being like strongly considering a lot of GM products. But it's like outside of those two, like the Camaro, the Corvette, and if we went back a couple years, the G8 and the GTO. I mean, there's not really any other GM cars I would want. And obviously stuff like the Mustang, like the Cobra, still a thing. The Mach 1 still a thing. The old Mach 1. But I don't know. It's like a really hard decision because like the only way I'd get a Mustang is if I was getting a Coyote, but I don't want to deal with the MT82, and I don't know. I'm not crazy with the idea of buying a car and then having to go and swap the transmission out immediately. That's kind of just a little sketch, and get like a TR60 installed or something like that. So it's like I would rather get a car that's gonna have a reliable transmission out of the box, and I guess that's why I like the Camaro and the Corvette so much. It's just they're really good reliability cars. They're really good cars that can make power reliably, and they're obviously there's a little bit of a premium to them, but they do a good job. I mean, they're really reliable cars. I mean, the same thing goes for the Challenger because it has the 60 as well, the CR60 in it. I don't hear people having issues out of those cars, unless they make tons of power. Like I saw a guy with a 6th gen that's boosted, a 6th gen SS is boosted, and he snapped 5th gear because it was making like 700 and some horsepower on a stock CR60, and this dude did never no lift shifts, like never, not never. He always no lift shifts when he's racing. So he's hard on that transmission. So I mean, obviously then it might have some issues. But MT82s, just like actually on that guy's page, someone commented saying MT82s hold more power, and I kind of laughed. Because obviously they don't know anything about Mustangs if they think the MT82 holds more power. The people who have been able to hold 700 plus in an MT82 have been extremely lucky.
Or have built transmissions.
Like, right, I think right now that people well, it's just 6 doesn't have this issue anymore because they switched to a built trans. Like, I think DPP is going to have, it's probably going to be pushing of that transmission soon. I mean, as long as he keeps a good clutch going in it, because I think he's working with Vengeance Clutch, which is a spin-off of Comp. It'll buy him some time, but I think eventually he's going to have issues with that transmission. It's an MT82. It's a first generation MT82. So it's a matter of time. But obviously his car is crazy cool. I really like how that car came out. So obviously big shout out. I think it's probably obviously him and that dude in blue are kind of the two big dogs in the S197 scene right now. And yeah, just ironically, both have VMP Gen 3s on them, even though DVP has the R, and our grabber blue Mustangs, which is just kind of ironic. But they're kind of the big dogs in the S197 scene right now. I don't really know any other S197 YouTubers outside of like Jacob Ardoti that's like doing that's killing the game right now in the S197. A lot of them have been moving over to different platforms, leaving the Mustang community. So I mean, I don't know. Well, I know there's a couple guys on Instagram that have some insane S197. So just on the YouTube scene, but yeah. I mean, I forgot where I was going with that, but
Nice.
But speaking of YouTubers, Michael, when you coming back to YouTube, bro?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to find time.
Gotta do it, my dude.
I get home on the weekend and I'm sitting here like, especially last week, dude. 14 and 10-hour days all week.
Jeez.
Nah, that's brutal.
But hey,
Goodness, why are they working you so dang hard?
That is paying for every bit of the vinyl. Not putting anything else on credit cards, dude. I am done doing that. I'm paying that junk off, paying the charger off. I'm buying me a house.
There you go. Behind you is another house.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
But yeah, y'all gotta come see the new house.
Then that's probably credit. But aside from
But sometime this week, well, speaking of, since you're here, Michael, do you think you might be able to come by on Saturday and help us out? Since I think that's the room we're planning on moving in.
Saturday?
Yeah.
More likely, yeah.
I mean, it's literally 3 houses down, so all we would really need you to do is just to put some boxes in the back of the Mazda, literally go 2 feet and back in the driveway and unload and repeat.
In the Mazda?
Yeah.
Eric wants to do some more stuff.
Yeah. So,
but I told him to wait because his car, his paint is garbage. Oh my god.
Oh no, is it bad?
Dude, is it storing it outside?
It has the most neglect I've ever seen in my life.
Rip.
There is spots all over it of just debris in the paint.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it needs clay bars so bad. And when I put that stripe across his trunk like the Daytonas have, I did the top piece first on the actual trunk itself, and I was like, dude, there is so many bubbles in here. There is no reason why it should do that. I felt his paint with the back of my finger, dude, and it like literally cut my hand open.
Oh my god.
Sandpaper. And so I clay barred the rest of it, so I didn't have to redo it when he's complaining about bubbles being in it. And then so when I put the 392 on his hood, I had to clay bar his hood, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna keep clay barring your car for free.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Bitter's back.
Can't sleep.
I hate it when that happens, dude.
Can relate.
But I guess, and speaking of, I was just thinking about the comment earlier about the sport track stuff. So Michael and I have been talking a little bit behind the scenes. I'm gonna try to get all some window tint, and we're gonna try to tint the windows pretty soon. I was planning on doing it pretty soon after we got back, but I want to wait till we get moved first, just to kind of not have to worry about that when if it came in before we got moved in. But plus, I'm still trying to find what I want to go with because there's a very specific type of window tint that I want, but none of the shops around here do it, have it. So Michael having some background and doing some tint stuff, I was thinking about seeing if he can do it, and obviously Michael wants to give it a try. So
yeah, I'm about to buy a probably well after I do the wrap. I'm gonna buy 100-foot roll of ceramic tint, 20 inch by 100 foot. I'm gonna do the Mazda, and if that works out great, I'm gonna do the Chargers over. It's gonna be 15%.
There you go.
So,
but I'm gonna do. Huh?
And then I'm gonna start offering that as a service that I offer. Oh, did you see the video I posted of the Charger popping like crazy?
I think I watched it, but I didn't have the audio on because I think I was watching it while we were in the car on the way to eat one night.
That junk was freaking crazy.
I wish my truck would pop more. I think honestly I might have to do high flows eventually and like swap out the mufflers at some point if I want to get like good pops that aren't obnoxious. Because I know if I go high flows, the truck's gonna get even louder, and I don't really know how much louder I want to go with that thing. I think it's already breached the cap I'd originally set for it a little bit. Goodness gracious. Gosh, it's so loud over the speakers.
Yeah, I don't know what that sounds like for you, but pretty cool.
Distortion.
I had to record it because I just switched back from E85 to regular gas and it was running like slightly rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it pops like freaking crazy. I was
That's
like,
that's what you want.
I'm gonna run some seafoam through the truck, probably sometime this week because I think the fuel system might be a little clogged, because of how it keeps pulling power sometimes and pulls. Like I said, it's really weird. I can't tell if it's a tune issue or not because it's like it's so inconsistent.
Definitely a tune issue.
Because it wasn't doing this when I first got the tuning done. When I first had it done, it was not doing it. Like that just started up.
Stock intake?
I think so. It's not completely. It's
yeah. You really should put that back on.
Maybe. Like I want to get the new intake done, so that might be something I take care of as well.
Does 5-star not do your truck for tuning?
I don't think so. I think we've looked before and we couldn't find it. I'll take a look here and again though in a second though. I'm checking my bank account. Seeing what all I can afford to do right now.
Broke AF.
Mm.
I got a separate account that I don't really touch.
Yeah.
And that junk built up like crazy in the past 2 months. That's what's buying my vinyl.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna bet if we built a proper intake, maybe that would help. Because I had the tunes on it post eBay intake, so I don't know if something's not right there or something like that. But it was doing that. It started doing that like maybe about a couple months before I got the exhaust done. So I don't know. Maybe I mean I don't know. It might be worth a shot just to try it and see if it's a fuel system issue. But if not, I'll probably start looking into retunes. Let me look real quick and see if 5-star does it. A-Bidder said the last 2 LS9s for sale in the U.S. are being sold new for $17,000 a piece.
Ooh, man, I wish.
That's
I'd throw that in my car in a hot second.
That'd be terrifying.
Dude, yeah, it would. That thing would be so fast.
I'm seeing nothing but 2020. 2020 and up.
What, Explorers?
Yeah.
From 5-star? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything older either. Like, I'm seeing...
Oh, they sell a thermostat.
Interesting. Of course they do.
170.
170, that's actually interesting. But yeah, I'm not seeing... I'm seeing a
3.8 and 4.6. Rangers with the motors that they came with, including the 4.0. Mustang with the 4.0.
I'm seeing stuff for the 02 to 05 Explorer, just like the SUV. I'm not seeing anything for the Sport Tracks, though.
I doubt that it would be much more of a specific thing. So you can contact them and ask them, hey, I got an Explorer Sport Rack.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. You guys wanna hook me up?
If they won't, I probably will eventually save up and take it to like I'll try to see if like either Moe's or either Moe's or Power Lab will do it. Like it's either them or Power Lab really. I know Power Lab might be able to do it because they do a lot of Fords and stuff like that, so they might be able to do it. Believe it or not, when it comes to the Crown Vic community, they love Moe's. Like there's a guy I follow that's on the West Coast,
but they are garbage for anything else. Oh right. Yeah, right here, Jordan. I'm looking at it. 2002 to 2005 Explorer 4.0.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Yeah.
So maybe I can work with them on that. I'm not sure. I really wish we could have gotten.
Try and work with them because I love their customer service.
Yeah, I want to see about. I wish we could have gotten HP working with it.
Yeah.
Because we would be able to. We would have
Shoot,
probably
you've already got the platform. You might as well just use the
SCT.
SCT.
I really wish we could get an HP working because it's like that we would have figured this out by now. We would have been able to figure out and trace what's going on. But since Brenspeed doesn't do data logs, it makes it a lot harder for me to figure out what's going on and try to remedy the situation because it's like I don't know what's going on. It's such a peculiar thing because, like I said, it's not consistent. One poll will do it, the next poll it won't, and there could be like 1 or 2 minute gap between the two polls, and it'll do it once. Like it's just very inconsistent. So I don't know. Maybe it's heat soaked. I don't know whether it's a fuel system issue. I don't know if it's a tuning issue. All the above, maybe. I really don't know. But I don't know. It's like literally, it just feels like it drops power. It's like you'll feel it go wow. It's like it gets like it's like traction control. It's like the traction controls that pull timing, like that kind of feeling. So I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, $125 and they'll send you a single tune. 94 performance? What?
Interesting.
93 performance tune. You can spend $125 and you'll get that. And look at this right here. Huh. Factory intake options. You got factory and other. You got header options, factory and other. Throttle body options, factory and other. Exhaust options, factory and other. And PCM strategy code, I don't know what that even means. So they tune specifically to your car.
Yeah, so I
think that might cost more. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if we go and build you an intake that fits your throttle body just right, we tell them, hey, it's got a full 4-inch intake with this filter on it, and then you can go back and forth with them and let's just do.
Aviator said he kind of wishes Ford continued the Triton name for the truck engines. That'd have been interesting, like the Triton 5.0. That'd be kind of interesting. I wonder why they didn't do that actually, because they did it for so long. That's a interesting take.
Yeah, they don't charge anything extra for it.
Gotcha. So it might be worth talking to them. Who knows?
Yeah, I would definitely call them like as soon as you can, and be like, "Hey, can you guys work with me on this and that and blah blah blah."
Yeah, at least I at least want to talk to them and see if they can at least look at the data logs. If I can get it to data log during one of those polls, because like I said, it's so inconsistent. I can't tell when it's going to do it. So maybe I'll have to go out one day and just data log multiple polls and try to see if it'll do it. But and then like see if they would even look at the data log, because that's my main issue is I can't, like, Brenspeed doesn't do data log work, so they won't. I've sent a data log to them before and they just flat out ignored it. So I really don't know what to do about that. So it's really difficult because it's like I like Brenspeed. The tune did change the truck, but I'm not crazy about how they don't do data logs or anything.
How are you not gonna customize a tune?
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. That's why I've been thinking about talking to Moser Power Lab, is to see if they could just flat out dyno tune the thing and get the best possible tune that's safe and makes peak power.
For how much?
That's the issue.
How much is that going to cost? Yeah, that's retarded. You can sit here and spend $125, go back and forth, and get it close, and you're not maxing out your car.
Yeah.
I think 5-star would be the best option. They obviously care about what mods you have on the car.
Yeah,
you're sitting there asking before you even send in the purchase order.
Yes, I might have to contact them and see if they can help out, because it wouldn't be a bad option. From what I've heard, they do really, really good work. Michael knows firsthand they've tuned the Taurus. So who knows? Maybe they'll be able to help. But I'll have to do some.
On that note, I'm going to bed. Well, I'm flying. I'm actually going to hop in the shower. Then I'm going to watch The Last of Us Part 16 from The Rad Brad, because I don't know why I watch him. He's kind of annoying, but I still like his videos.
Sheesh.
Goddamn,
shots fired.
Jerk him off. What the fuck?
No, I like him. I do, but he irritates me sometimes. And I think everybody that watches him can say that, because he misses stuff that's right in front of his face and he makes fun of himself for it. But all right, I'm out of here. Bye.
All right, boy.
See ya.
So I don't know. That'll be later though, because it still runs fine, and like I said, it doesn't do it every single poll. So I'm not. It's concerning, but not a crucial big deal right now. because obviously if it's pulling timing, it's saving itself from damage. If the computer's like, wait, something's not right, let's pull timing, then obviously it knows something is wrong and it's saving itself. It just kind of sucks for making pulls. At least that's what I think. So I don't know. I'll have to do some looking into it and at least see if 5-star look at the data log, because that's my issue. If they can tell me an idea of what's going on, because that's my main thing. Is I just want someone to look at the dang data log, so I can know whether it's a fuel system issue or if it's a tuning issue. Because that's what's confusing. I can't tell if it's a tuning issue.
Probably tuning. I don't know. I just feel like those can tunes are just like not optimized for your car. It's just like a general thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like kind of like, I don't know. I feel like honestly the factory tune in some regards might be better.
I'm curious also if it's belt slip.
No.
So I don't know. I have to do some research and obviously get a little bit more money saved up, because I have enough right now where I could probably build the intake, get the windows tinted, and then start saving up to get the AC fixed. That's kind of my main stuff I want to get done right now, is get the intake done, window tint done, get the AC fixed, and then I'll go from there. And that'll be when I'll start looking at retunes, getting like my budget drag setup done. That I'll be talking about later. Someone already did a 7.3 Godzilla swap on a Fox body. I saw that recently. That's actually crazy. It was literally it took no time at all. I've heard those things are brutal. They make like 600 something naturally aspirated horsepower with just a cam. So I like pushrod engines. They wake up with just a cam. I like the Windsor so much. Michael hates the Windsor, but I love the Windsor. So yeah, it's a weird predicament with the truck right now on that front. But like I said, I'm not terribly concerned about it. I mean, it's definitely just weird. And that's why I want someone to look at the data log. That way I can figure out what exactly is happening. But yeah, like Hayden said, can tunes are so odd because they're not optimized completely. So it could very well be a tuning issue, and I just don't know why it took this long for it to show up. Because I mean, I've had that tune in that truck for over a year, and I've never had this issue out of it up until recently. So I have to do a little bit of reading, do a little bit of looking around just to see what's going on. But yeah, my main focus right now is just getting the window tint done. I'm looking at getting the ceramic 35%. I know people are going to say, why don't you do 15? I don't want to get tickets for that. I don't want to get pulled over a lot for tint, out of all things. So I'm staying as legal as I can. And then we'll do all the other stuff. We'll do the intake, because obviously that could very well be our issue. Something could be going on with the intake and it's not happy, because it's a crappy eBay intake. I made a whole video dedicated to how bad those intakes are. So again, if you have a Sport Track or any other truck, don't buy the cheap $50 intake. No matter how good of a deal it seems like, it will ruin your car. And it will be the biggest waste of money you'll ever have. I've honestly been thinking about getting the aerated intake they sell, which is really just like a special intake setup they run on the stock tubing, which could very well be a good option as well. Just won't have that really good intake noise. So I mean, that's just going to come soon. I have to do some research and looking at it. Obviously, it'll be at post-move. But at the end of the day, I just really wanted to find the shop, but at least look at the data log, just because I don't know what's going on, and I think it would be better to have, someone look at what the computer is showing the truck's doing, and be like, oh, it could be this, and this, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense, because it's not breaking up. It's not like it's breaking up, misfiring in gear or like at motion or anything. It's like like I said, it's literally just like us pulling timing. Besides that, though, I want to get like I said earlier, I want to do like a budget drag pack, because I do want to go running with Michael. And once I get the truck completely maintenance taken care of and steady, I want to go run a couple times. Obviously, I won't be running it, like a competition vehicle. It won't be like Leroy on Cletus's channel or anything. But I do want to go and run at the track, 2 or 3 passes, and that's it, and then drive it back home. And I want to have it set up with tires. I'm not tearing up those Nexans because those Nexans ain't cheap. I found out just spending how much money I have on those dang things. They ain't cheap. So I wanted something that's something I can get that won't tear those tires up. So obviously getting a different set of wheels, but I don't want to run factory wheels on the back because it looks stupid. So budget drag pack it is. I found a set of knockoff great value welds on eBay for like $130, or not even 130. It was like $115 a wheel. And then get 2 of those, get some cheapo tires on them. Bam, track setup. That's what we're gonna do with your car, Hayden. Oh, he's muted. Okay, he said he's BRB. So that's kind of that. But as far as that goes, I want to see if they could, if some like 5-star Power Lab, Moe's, whatever, go look at the truck and tell me whether or not that something's wrong or not, because it's weird. It's really weird. But once Hayden gets back here, probably do a little. Speaking of,
I'm back.
So Hayden, should we get that cheapo drag setup for your car?
No, I'm good.
But you said you want to put a drag pack on it.
A good looking one.
Dang! Wow. Okay. Okay.
My opinion. Sorry, man.
Dang. I did find some different ones that I actually kind of like. A lot more than the ones I showed you. Those were kind of ugly. Here we go. I'll put it up on screen. So these are Vision Wheels 571 Sports Stars. They look very similar to Weld S71s. They have a +0 offset. It's a 15x10, so it'd be really good.
Stick out like Jesus.
You think even on the truck it would stick out pretty far?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, like I said, only for like a couple passes, it wouldn't really look very good. But, are you thinking in that case I should get like a 15x8? What's up with
Maybe
the
what's
offset?
the offset on that?
The 15x8s are also +0.
I mean, if the +0 is what's going to kill you.
So, I mean, it's just something I'm looking at. But that's kind of what they look like. I mean, they don't look bad. They look like great value S71s from Weld. But I think for $123 a wheel, they don't look bad. A better said put an LSD in the truck. That will probably come at some point, depending on what route I go. Because if I'm just building it just to go to the track once or twice a year, then I don't really know if putting an LSD would be that great of an investment, because that's the only time it would really make sense to actually have it. Because I don't drift or do burnouts that much or anything, so it's like I don't really know if it would even be good to put an LSD in. And it doesn't make high power, so it's not like having an open diff and going drag racing would be dangerous like it would be on something like a 700 horsepower car. Because if I do boost it, I will put an LSD in it for sure. It will need it if I boost it, but I think where it is right now, it's like it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not one of those show off kids that you find in early G35s that have open diffs at events just doing burnouts in front of everyone and one tire firing or anything. So I'm not that guy. So I don't know. It's definitely something I think about a lot, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually wind up doing it. Because it's an expensive job, it really is. And I'd probably buy new gears because I bet my 373s are a little bit worn. Obviously they're still doing their job, but they're probably a little worn out because of how old they are. My dad has pretty much blocked me from getting 410s.
All right.
He got mad at me earlier today. I brought it up. I was talking to my grandfather about it, and my dad's turning to me and was like, "If you don't stop talking about those dang gears, I already told you you're not doing it." I was like, "Dang, okay."
Triggered.
My dad is not about me getting 410s in that truck. Which I guess is fine. I mean, if I go boost, I'll need the 373s anyway. But I'd rather have 410s. If I go manual, then I'm definitely not putting 410s in it. That'd be bad if I manual swapped it. Which I really kind of want to do, but also don't want to go through the hassle of it. Because I'd have to find a drive shaft, a flywheel, a clutch, the transmission, the pedal, the ECU, get all the lines ran, get a slave cylinder. I mean, it's a lot of work. So I mean, I don't know if I would do it, but I mean, it'd be kind of cool. Aviator said his truck had 410s in it.
His sport track?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that stock? Or did he do it?
I think the 4-wheel drives had 410s on from the factory.
Oh.
2-wheel drives got 373s and 4-wheel drives got 410s. To give him a little bit more off-roading power. But yeah. Are you about ready to shut things down, Hayden? Is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, well, I think we're going to go and wrap things up for the night. Thanks to all of you guys who came and tuned in after we had all of our technical difficulties. It seemed like everything kind of smoothed out, so I don't know. Maybe it was just some glitch in my computer, but I think for now, we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to go ahead and get tomorrow's video uploaded, which means I got to switch back to macOS and all that. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as we go. Obviously, stay tuned for this week's content. We've got quite a few good videos going up this week. We've got the entirety of the Florida trip tomorrow, as well as introducing you guys to the new house, which is a project of sorts. I'm calling it the Project House as a joke. Then we've got a review on Hayden's mom's mini dropping on Wednesday, and then the 1,000 subscriber special on Friday, which will be I'm going to reveal it here. Building a FPO sport track in X amount of minutes. So it'll be a full recap of the truck from 2016 to now. Every single mod video that I've ever done will be showcased. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. I think you guys are going to enjoy that one. And besides that, I don't really have anything else to say. So hope you all have a great time. Hope you all had a great time. Hope you all have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.